Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to I've forgotten to turn on my other light. Well done, me. There we go. I'm still quite dark today because reasons. Welcome back to Duneske, where I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Lovely. Oh yes, I'm doing this. Do I want to go like? That's gonna be a 90. That's gonna be a 90. Okay. Do I want to try and tilt this like 5 degrees? So it's yeah. I'm getting straight to business today, which is odd and nice all at the same time. I'm gonna do something a bit cheaty as well, or a bit cheeky even. What I'm gonna do is gonna use the measurements from this section here. Just paste them in, and now go 180, 180, and negative. That's magically flipped it over so it'll go in the right direction that we want it to. And has all the right stuff. Awesome. I just noticed while I was doing that this section here could do a bit of TLC just to get it looking a bit better. There we go. And it is TLC today. I am in a good mood. Ooh, that bit could be prettier. There we go. The smooth jazz seems to be helping my mood a bit, which is nice. It's always nice when music works with you to calm you down. This is my normal playlist. This isn't the Fallout Jazz only playlist. What am I doing now? Yes, doing this now. I think after the stream today I'm gonna tidy my room because I woke up at literally like 2:30, 3 o'clock today. It's now 3:45, which means as usual I'm starting the stream at a really bizarre time. I'll probably be ending at a really bizarre time as well, because I noticed when I was downstairs my dad is actually at home today. He had an eye test. We've been trying to get him to take an eye test for months, literally months. And every time it's like, oh well, there are things that I could be doing, there are other things to do. Yes, but your vision is kind of important, seeing as half of your job is being on the road, and driving. You kind of need to be able to see properly. So we finally managed to coax him into actually going to the optometrist, which is like an optician, only more expert. And yes, our local optician is in fact an optometrist. One of the best in the country as far as I'm aware. So yeah, that's our family optician, because I have glasses, my mother has glasses, my sister has glasses, and my dad's probably getting glasses today, or has got glasses. And if you go for an eye test with her, I kid you not, if you go for an eye test with her, and I'm not going to name her because of reasons, she will literally test your eyes, like properly, not just like, okay, can you read the top letters on the chart? Okay, now read as far down as you can on the chart. No, she'll... when I had my eyes tested, she tested for... What did she test for? She tested my blind spots to see if they were an acceptable size, which apparently they are, which is awesome. She tested for glaucoma, which my mother has, and I need to get tested when I'm like 40, which is lovely. It's a disease that affects usually older people, as in 60 plus years old. But now my mother got it at like 42, so I need to go get tested in like 15 years for that. She tested... what else did she test? Focusing on my eyes, I'm guessing she tested the shape of my eyes, which was a really weird one. Obviously the normal vision stuff, field of view, whatnot. But yeah, I would argue she goes above and beyond with what she actually does. So I just accidentally had dirt there. I don't think I will ever know, because there's a lot of dirt over there. Just so I'm kind of sure. Let's just shove this asphalt back in a bit like that. Should now be no asphalt in this. There is still asphalt in this area. Lovely. Where the hell is the hidden asphalt? Hey Fred! Sorry if you're expecting gameplay farms, and this is just going to be map making. This map is not in a playable condition, or anything even vaguely resembling it quite yet. And right now I'm looking for some asphalt that's magically managed to appear and not be despawned quite yet. Where is it? What the... Am I really gonna have to do this? Right, let's get everything up to 1. So this is easier. Oh, it was up there. Nope, that was gravel. Or dirt, or something. Oh, it was over there. Come to think of it, this section shouldn't have asphalt either. There we go. So now I need to replace the dirt that was over here. How you doing today, Fred? Haven't seen you around before, so I'm guessing you're new. To the channel at least, maybe not to YouTube. Back down to our point 1, point 2, point 2, and throw some gravel on top of that, because it looks a bit nicer and looks like it's been kind of dirtied up over time. Looks like this used to be a gravel path, but now the gravel's kind of gone. There we go. Kind of screwed up the dirt over here. So I'll just put this in manually, like so. And this area is going to have the most gravel. It should probably have the least, but I'm after deciding it gets the most. I need to go back up to 1 now so that I can fix up the yards that I've screwed up. Like so. Like so. And this is supposed to come down along here like that. And I can fix that with grass later on. There we go, that's everything back to its what I would call vague optimals. The reason I use the settings the way they do is just because they're the most comfortable ones for me. It has nothing to do with like performance. Because yes, I could do everything quicker if I had everything set on 1 the whole time, but when it comes to I guess it does have something to do with performance, because when it comes to the terrain, setting it any higher than one is, or setting it any higher than what I have at the moment is problematic for me. Can we just go straight 50? So if you've never seen a map being made before, this is it. This is what happens. There's a lot of 82.42. Nope. Should be 92.42 then. There's a lot of muttering and tinkering and making sure everything's in the right position, and rethinking and rejigging of things. That looks like it's at a weird angle. However, it is not. If it was, it would have been immediately noticeable. Is that right? How about that? That? There we go. And yeah, I'm the kind of person that will try and get everything lined up absolutely perfectly, because it's something that irritates me in maps when roads aren't quite meeting up properly. When I'm playing them, it irritates me. The maps that I do play are not particularly bad culprits of this, but there are examples available within them. Colbert Park Farm having some of the best examples of roads not quite meeting up right. But Bill gets a free pass because number one, the map itself is amazing, and I can overlook the problem, and number two, it was his first map. This is my first map. And I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but I am paying a lot of attention to the details, which hopefully should mean the map is good. Of course, there's going to be people probably on FSUK who say, why is this map so bad? To which I'll reply, because it's my first map. Leave me alone. I don't know what people like, I know what I like. I made this map to my liking. Because that's what I think map makers should do, is just make maps to their liking and kind of release them to the public afterwards. And yes, I am putting stuff in that I don't like myself, like forestry, and like to a certain extent the BGA. Which, yes, I've got a vaguely controversial opinion in terms of farm sim. I don't like the BGA. No, I don't like it because it's so easy to cheese. So easy to just get tons of money at the start. Because all you need is a maize planter, which you can, if you got Golden Edition, you can get into super cheap. The Mex 6 harvester thing, a trailer, and a front loader tractor. Then boom, you've got all the money you'll ever need. Because it doesn't matter if you fertilize or not. You still get roughly the same amount of silage out of the crop. Now, why is this not big? Oh, it's probably because I get the tool set too big. I'm guessing that's the culprit. Yeah, the tool set too big. Well done, me. And these, map making isn't the most exciting thing ever, and I'm sure there's somebody's going to appear during the stream today and ask why I'm not playing ATS. Because that's what I normally play on a Wednesday. Assuming today is in fact Wednesday. Today could be Thursday, I might have slept through Wednesday. I doubt that, but it's a distinct possibility. That side's just not wanting to behave, is it? Let's fix up this side. I know, kind of knack that up a bit more. I'm knacking all this up a bit more intentionally. Well, somewhat intentionally. Okay, let's... get this to where I need it to be now. Okay, so that's vaguely where I need it to be. Train smoothing just to get everything nice. And I can see the problem. The problem is the terrain is actually sloping down towards down in this direction. Just use some grass to demonstrate. Terrain is sloping down in this direction. Is that fully grown? Oh, that's wheat. So that the terrain is sloping this way, and I need it to be level, which it's not. Yes, I'm using wheat just to draw things. And yes, I have it set as an insane crop density. That's intentional. For right now, at least. I'll be bumping down the crop density in time. You know, I can deal with the little bumps that I've just created. That's actually fine. This area, not so much. Because I don't mind the odd bump, it's the big ones that I do care about. So, yeah, I can create a little bump over here just to try and level this area off a bit. So it doesn't want to try and level, which is lovely. So this is a bit of map making people normally don't show. I've noticed that is most map makers will never show the terrain work. I know why. It's slow and laborious, and to most people's eyes, very, very dull. But it's still something that needs to be done on a farm in any map. Unless you're one of those people who just builds American style maps that are completely flat. In which case you're a very lazy map maker. And you've cut possibly the biggest corner you can cut in the entire game. Oh, don't tell me there's mystery asphalt again. It's probably edged up against that if I had to guess. Or it's under here. Could even be in that square. Okay, back up to one we go. I think it might actually be... Yeah, it was over there because I accidentally put asphalt down instead of gravel before. Gravel. Just go square brush for this. Just because gives me a reasonably good idea of each block. Back to the round brush, right down to gravel, and we just do a bit of painting. This is going to be the least gravelly area. Just going to get gradually more gravel as it goes up there. There we go. Swap back to grass because this is our... I done goofed up, so now I need to fix it too. I'm kind of tempted to just flat out extend this field instead of having a small yard there, because I don't think there's going to be much can fit in that little area. Is that popping out over the terrain, or is that just an illusion? Whatever it was, I fixed it. Okay, now I get to find out how bad the terrain actually is in this area. So this is where I'm at my worst in terms of time efficiency, because I want the terrain to look good even at the smallest level. So I will just be attacking it with the smooth brush constantly and trying to get it to look vaguely smooth, which I can definitely see that is not. Okay, so that's smooth. Now we just want to tap this down a bit. I'll try and get that up a small bit. No, go back down. I'll tap that a little bit up. It's probably as good as I can get that right now. How bad does it look over here? Because if it's super bad, I will be changing it. Not too terribly bad. Quick smooth will just fix anything in the field here. There we go. And oh yeah, I'm gonna need to swap to terrain detail just to tamp the fields down so they can see where they actually are, as opposed to where where they were about 10 minutes ago. Why is there a little indent there? There shouldn't be a little indent there. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the trigger and say that this little storage area that I had planned is going. So this can be gotten rid of. And we can extend the fields with the square brush. Just because I want to have one side of this field completely smooth. Like that. Extend it down right up to the road here because I'll be tapping it back eventually. Is there a situation where I will use the square brush for doing fields? Normally I'd avoid this like the plague, but after deciding I want these fields to have a flat edge, the square brushes without taking my saws, and yes, I don't have the steadiest hand in the world, but that's fine. I don't have to have the steadiest hand in the world. I'm not a surgeon. I am qualified as but a lowly lab scientist. And that wasn't even a joke. I am actually qualified as a lab scientist. What happens if I put a slope in here? This is just going to be me experimenting now for a few minutes. Don't select the O. Copy, paste, copy, paste. So that is actually perfectly in line there. I can see now that I've actually screwed this. Want me round brush back for this. The round brush is better for terrain, as I've kind of discovered over time. Ah, I can't put a slope in, so it has to be flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate the 50-meter segment, and if I need to shorten it all, which looks like I will, annoyingly. In fact, I can change that because it's 100 meters. Shouldn't have deleted that straight away. Let's undo that real quick. There's a reason, because I'm going to put a 5-degree slope in instead of this segment. That's what the 5 actually indicates, is just a 5-degree slope. It doesn't slope down 5 meters. Just indicates the slope will in fact be 5 degrees. Which gives you a nice smooth slope style. The reason I was clicking so much was because I didn't want to take too much off in one go, because that causes problems. So if you're in chat on Twitch or on YouTube, feel free to say hi. I'm not expecting chat to be full, or I suppose it usually is, because I did take a week away. It will take a few days for chat to fill back up again, and I know that and I appreciate that, and that's fine with me. That's perfectly fine with me. Plus daylight savings time has been screwing everybody over. Or summertime, or whatever you want to call it. It's funny, there's daylight savings time, but no daylight expenditure time. It seems a bit odd. I know the reason behind it is from before streetlights existed. Is that the clocks would move just so that there's an extra hour of light in the evenings in the winter. And to allow people to get to and from work during daylight. As much as was possible at the time. Now it's largely just an inconvenience for everybody. There's no real reason behind daylight savings time anymore. I mean, we all have lights. I've literally got 2 in my room. They're both on at the moment, which... Are they both on? They're both on. I just knocked my Xbox controller. And for anybody watching who's interested, there will be no Cobra today, or this week for that matter. This week is Duneske week. Because... New Day rocks. No. Because I'm just not feeling up to doing anything other than map work this week. Yes, I'm playing like 1 or 2 games. My spare time to chill out, but that's about it. This terrain is just not wanting to behave for me, is it? No. No, it is not. That's kind of fine, because it's going to make it a bit more interesting. I say that and I just take a huge chunk out of that, nuts. Where's the end of this thing? Oh, there it is. So we'll work on the left hand side of this road. I'm calling it the left hand side because I'm working down the way like this. If I was working the other way, it would be the right hand side of this road. The work on the left hand side of this road is going to be fun. Very fun. Very, very fun. Because I gotta try and slope it 2 different ways and not screw it up somehow. This is the fun one that happens when you get a side slope and you're trying to build up a down slope at the same time. Just a reminder that I am actually still relatively ill. Not back to 100%. I'm at about 70-80% right now. Although that is liable to drop. It's just as likely to drop as it is to increase, if I'm being completely honest, because if you're a wrestling fan, you'll know this is WrestleMania week. So I'll be basically running on Texas time for the majority of the week. Especially Friday, Saturday to an extent, because the Wall of Fame, and that usually has some funny stuff going on, as far as I'm aware. Friday is NXT TakeOver Dallas, which is going to be amazing, and it's going to be my first chance to see Finn Balor in action. And I think, from what I've been hearing and reading and seeing, he'll be in his demon persona, because apparently he uses the demon paint for pay-per-views because it's special, which is the best thing to do. Thank you, Finn Balor, for actually showing people how wrestlers can, make pay-per-view special without doing 25-minute long entrances involving Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm looking at you, Paul Levesque. Sorry, Triple H. Sorry, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Sorry, Hunter McMahon. Nah, it's, I don't know. I've got some unpopular opinions on wrestling, I know that much. Such as, I don't think Ric Flair is as good as people say. I think he's actually an annoying old pervert. Or at least that's what his gimmick seems to be now. I get that he's like one of the best of all time, but at the same time, he's like 80. Good God, people are shouting for Big Show and Kane to retire, and they're in their mid to late 40s. Ric Flair was a champion at 59. And people were delighted because Ric Flair. People want more Ric Flair, and literally the same breath tell the Big Show to retire. Which, to be fair, he said he will do in like a year or two. He's openly admitted that he's trying to be enhancement talent at the moment. Which kind of makes the please retire remarks even worse, because oh my God, you're taking up so much airtime and all you ever do is lose, Big Show. What are you doing? Why are you on this show? Because somebody's gotta lose. I mean, I know I am a wrestling fan, but wrestling fans can be so irritating at times. Like they don't know what they want. They don't want Triple H being a semi-active or part-timer with the title belt, and they don't want Roman Reigns winning it off him. I mean, yes, I am one of these people who thinks Triple H shouldn't have got the belt in the first place, because he just wrote it in for himself so that he could look amazing and good again. And then they shove Roman Reigns down everybody's throats. Just like, no. Ambrose, please. In his little red wagon. We need more of that kind of nonsense. Make wrestling fun again. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one here. Copy. And paste the rotation at least. It's actually going to need to be 175. Now, why has it done that? Oh yeah, 185. I accidentally added 5 instead of taking it away. Whoops. Annoyingly, with these slopes, it's very hard to get them into the right positions. Come on, give me the widget. There we go. Looks to be 2 axes correct. Now we'll just work on the third, which I'm not too far off with it, I don't think. I call that good there. Maybe we'll check on the exact. Lovely. It's going to require quite a bit of terrain digging, but that's actually kind of fine because it'll give the fields a bit of a funky hill going on. Yikes, that's quite a bit of terrain digging going on. Alright, let's widen that out, smooth it off. It's starting to dig away at the slope down side of the road, which is good. Okay, so that's the slope downside dug, kind of. Kind of looks like we might be able to get away with. I don't know. I need to dig a bit more out here. Oh, that's a big mistake there. There. You can tell that I like a bit of an eclectic mix of music at times, just by listening to this playlist. So if you are watching and you want to say hello, this is live, you can talk in chat. This isn't some weird pre-recorded thing where I'm just running chat over the top of it. No, I will reply. And I am reading chat, gives me something to talk about. Other than pro wrestling, which is about all I can think about right now. I haven't been following much Farm Sim news, so... Other than, there's an official edit of Sandy Bay coming out, the Sandy Bay Redux. I can't remember who's working on that, but it has been given the green light by the original map author. Which is nice to see, map makers saying, yeah, you can, you know, as long as the edit is significant, you can release it. That's kind of what I think a map, like a released map edit should be. My map edits tend to be quite small, relatively speaking. Because I know some people like put in, you know, 17 new types of shed and make a British map into an American style map, or vice versa. Whereas I will just literally just, I don't like this yard, I'm going to alter it slightly so that it suits me a bit better. Which So I did on Nust and Cobra, I just literally put in a couple of scripts. Although I have seen that Sean Blaylock has returned to Cobra as well. Only a couple of short weeks after I have, which is kinda funny. I'm not saying he ripped off my idea, but in fact I'd encourage people to do it. Because everybody plays maps differently. And if I've just, you know, if I've caused a bit of a resurgence in Cobra as a map, that's perfectly fine with me. You know, people making videos on Cobra, you know, that's fine. I mean, do it. If you really like a map, Bipolar Prophet's been playing Oldridge forever. Find a map you like, tinker it a bit. Even if it's literally just putting in 2 scripts. Which is what I did to Cobra. I put in Soil Mod and Seedmaster. I'd count them both as scripts. I know Seedmaster has a model to go along with it. I did have to tinker the yard a tiny bit to accommodate that, but yeah, do what you want with a map. And the longer series tend to be guys who've edited the maps, which is kind of odd and funny. Oh boy, I've caused myself a headache right here. What have I done? Oh god, this is going to be a headache and a half to fix. I've caused myself a right problem here. I know I became very, very Welsh. Vaguely Tom Jones-esque for a minute, but I did. That is a pretty big problem I've managed to cause myself. Oh well, let's go 20 meters. Laneways, paste, weapons appear in, Control B to place it like that. Control Shift, paste. Ah! Ah! I had unintentionally kept the right measurements on my paste. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. So again, we'll have to dig out the terrain, which is kind of fine. It'll give a bit of a funky feeling to some of these fields, potentially. And as I dig it out, I'm going to just try and smooth the terrain a bit, which is going to cause some issues, I know, but it'll give the dugout sections a bit of a better look. It'll mean I won't dig out more than I need to. So yeah, that's more or less what I need to dig out there, because I can do that. Just trying to smooth over that. Smooth over this. And I've been on for about an hour, so I'm gonna just... For some reason I can't play an ad on YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. Well, I was going to play an ad, but YouTube's decided I can't. Which is wonderful, thank you. I'm going to have to investigate that now. Well, not now, but later tonight. Also, I'm now set close enough to the screen that I can turn off this and just... So this is where I'm usually sat. Is roughly here. And I'm just not getting a good... I'm not getting a good angle because I've got my screen in a slightly different place than my monitor itself in a slightly different place than usual. Also, I'm set in a slightly different place than usual because I'm usually set kind of here-ish. There we go. I'm going to have to figure out why I can't monetize this stream. Have YouTube disabled that as a thing now? Because if they have, I'm just going to return to videos. Except on Fridays. Fridays are always going to be stream days. And any day that I do Duneske. I'm betting Content ID's picked up on one of the songs I've been playing. Which, if it has, I'll be filing a counterclaim. Or appealing it because... literally everything I'm playing is under fair use. Not under fair use. But it's under... it's not supposed to be in the copyright or the Content ID system. Which means somebody's been fiddling with Kevin MacLeod's music again. I know somebody did it before, and they literally just put Sounds of the Sea over Kevin MacLeod's music, threw it into Content ID, and Kevin MacLeod handed their ass to them. Because believe it or not, copyrighting something you don't own is actually copyright infringement. Or claiming copyright something you don't own is... well, number one, it's fraud. Because if you just tampered with it slightly, like, you know, doing what would normally be fair use of putting sounds over it, and then claiming copyright on it, that is fraud. Now what I'm doing... the reason I get a bit antsy when people put up unauthorized versions of my videos, I get antsy because I am commenting on the videos and my commentary therefore is my copyright. And I can in fact claim copyright over them. Because all the work I do is transformative in my eyes, and there's some know all you're doing is talking over games and whatnot, but in fact all these map making videos I can claim 100% copyright of. Giants will have the copyright over the map that I make. They got the copyright over the program that I'm using, but I own the copyright to all of the video stuff. Yeah, somebody tries to steal one of my videos, they will get copyright claimed so hard. That's the fun thing about building a map and doing a video series on it, is, you know, you do actually have the copyright. Despite other parts of it being, you know, owned by other people. For example, the copyright to the music is owned by Kevin McLeod's. But he never makes claims on it because he likes having the whole royalty-free thing going on. Is my coffee still warm? It's probably not. No, that was cold coffee. That was not tasty. But it's caffeine. So, much like yesterday, I'm going to go as long as I can. Which I don't exactly know how long that's going to be. Why is... It kind of seems like my desk has gone weird in the last couple of days. There we kind of go. There we go. Oh, I've opened Chrome now by mistake. Please don't autoplay a video. There we go. That's better. It's not perfect, it's better. Doodle 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 doodle. I can't sing. And now for a brief silence. I was really tempted to talk about Donald Trump, but I really, because something happened with him. But really, the only thing that can be said is Donald Trump is an idiot and employs idiots. You know, I'm gonna elaborate on that because Donald Trump, one of his supervisors, has been arrested. For assault on a woman, which, you know, for Donald Trump is kind of par for the course, especially Donald Trump's campaign, which has been coming across as increasingly just sexist, increasingly just biased against everyone that's not a straight white male, a straight white American male, because he hates all foreigners. Fun fact, Donald, you're of German origin. You shouldn't hate immigrants. You were one. And as I discovered last night, Hitler died in 1945. Donald Trump was born in 1946. Coincidence? I think not. It is, but I can't wait for the conspiracy theorists if he becomes president. Reincarnation is real and Trump is Hitler. Extra, extra, read all about it. Trump is the Führer. Of course, I'm exaggerating for comedic purposes, but their policies and should he be successful, their rise to power will be essentially mirroring each other. So, I mean, it's not the greatest leap of logic to say Trump is very similar to Hitler. Difference being, Hitler managed to, you know, get Germany back to work. Yes, he did it through less than legit means, by basically forcing everybody to work, but I mean, he did progress Germany. Yes, he did screw over a bunch of other countries while he was doing this, but again, he kind of at the start, can I just preface this by saying at the start he did what was in Germany's national interests, which was getting Germany back to work and back into having a reasonable economy. Why he did it later down the line, not so great. But he started off as kind of the good guy who had actually good ideas. Just carried them out wrong. And then he, you know, started World War II. And then he started murdering a lot of people. Which he'd been doing for a while, but he kind of got worse in World War II. Do I want to go another 10 meters even? Let's have a look at this and see how it looks. Because we're turning 90 degrees, which... yeah, I can nudge that roll over a bit. I'm kind of amazed at how quiet chat is today. Please say hello. I mean, if chat's going to be this quiet, I'm going to run out of things to talk about very, very soon. Because I've already been over an hour just trying to come up with topics to talk about, and I'm running out of them. So, I'm actually going to give chat an ultimatum. If nobody talks by 5 PM my time, so in the next 13 minutes, which will actually coincidentally bring the stream up to an hour and 20 minutes, I'm just going to end it because I have nothing really left to talk about. And I can continue work on the map off camera, off stream. That's perfectly fine with me. Until like 7 or 8 o'clock this evening when Nibbo's going to call me on Skype and insist that I play Skyforge. Which he doesn't seem to understand. I'm not the biggest fan of the game at all. But I'm too polite to not... Yeah, I'm too polite to refuse to play it. Really wish I'd left some pizza from last night. I had a pizza after the stream and I ate it all last night. I should really have left myself some pizza for like munching on today, but I didn't because pizza, and I got pizza fat and I was like, pizza, So yeah, chat is far too quiet for my liking today. I am 11 minutes away from just flat out ending the stream due to chat silence. The whole point behind streaming was so that there could be interaction. If chat is going to be quiet, I'm not going to stream. But if chat's going to be quiet, there's no point in me continuing because I've run out of stuff to talk about. That's the long and the short of it. I don't have the energy to be... I genuinely don't have the energy to be trying to come up with like 1,000,001 topics to talk about in any given stream. By the way, if there's anybody watching who plays WWE 2K16, call your give your character the surname of Bacon. Because it makes the commentators talk about how great bacon is, and I find that hilarious. Because I've made a character and the spoken name is like the Basket Case Bacon, which I'm considering changing his name to the Amazing Bacon. Or if possible, Tasty Bacon. He's got a weird Jerry the King Lawler NWO vibe going on. All while using Triple H's theme and all of the pyro I could jam in. It's something to behold. Downside is that the Triple H theme in WWE 2K16 is actually the corporate Triple H theme, which is King of Kings. It's not the wrestling Triple H theme, which is time to play, well, the game I think it's called. You know what? Screw it. There's nobody watching. There's nobody talking. I'm gonna end the stream here. I just don't have the energy to be streaming to essentially nobody who wants to talk. So thank you all for coming along. Thank you guys for whoever watches the VOD. Thank you for watching it. Until tomorrow, I'll be working on Duneske again, and hopefully people will be bothered talking. Stay safe and goodbye.